Satellites is a software company that operates in the area of geospatial analytics. At the heart of our software is artificial intelligence, but the special ingredient to our software and its capability is the infrared spectra, the area the naked eye does not see. That data is generated by the power of the sun shining its light on the Earth's surface or a body of water, and what reflects back to a sensor that's typically on board a satellite, but could also be on board a drone, a fixed-wing aircraft, a stratospheric balloon, or a camera, is a unique spectral signature. Our software is able to determine that spectral signature of the target and in many cases measure it. One area that's used by many of our customers is in the area of vegetation management. Vegetation management for many of our customers is a multi-disciplined approach to using the set of data from satellites to solve a number of business problems. We're going to look at two examples. The first is to look at vegetation and its overall growth or decline. And this is overall vegetation. It could result trees, shrubs, scrub, grasses, and this is the approach some of our vegetation customers take in directing their vegetation group to where to cut and how frequently to cut. The second part of its use is with customers where they're obliged to remediate and restore, either from new infrastructure being input or because of an episode, a set of vegetation that meets standards that are regulated. Either or, that can be achieved by satellites. What you're looking at on the screen is a customer and its set and its infrastructure and the way that it wants to look at its vegetation management. We can open up the timeline horizon. Remember, we never delete any data at satellites, and so that many years from now you can go back and look at any window of the data set that you have. In this particular case, the customer uses red trees to denote decline, and if we were to type in the little box growth, then what would appear are green trees to denote growth as opposed to red for decline. I can literally pick on one of these areas and zoom into it so that you can see. Now, customer has some choices to be made here. One, the center line and the extent of the buffer zone is driven by customer requirements. You can see the marker is green. If I click on the marker, it will give me some details about what the customer wants. So it's in a specific area, longitude and latitude, it's an active status, and there's forest growth. If I turn on the analysis, what you will see from Satellites, as detailed and requested by the customer, is the area that has grown to be shown in green pixels. There's even a measuring tool to get some idea at the extent. If you pan across in this case, the right-of-way, you can see what comes into view are other green areas where the growth has been of the vegetation. We didn't ask, but if we keep on going along this right-of-way, what may also appear are red areas where the vegetation has declined, but we only ask satellites to show us where the vegetation has grown. All of that incredibly powerful for you to direct resources or measure the activity of remediation, which is often tied to financial performance. The second element as to how the satellites is being used in vegetation management is with tree height. And here, if we pick on a particular location, then again we've got some uniqueness about the application. Number one, center line and buffer zone. We could be looking at the vegetation height and the extended branch height from the last time we looked. Or it could be what is today's height of the vegetation. Again, choices that you'll make. There is a chart to the right that shows you the difference in feet, could also be meters of the tree height. And because we're using high resolution imagery, in this case 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, it allows us to get to the very specific areas as to what's changed. And of course I can pick on any of those pixels to hone in on the exact measurement and output that data to other environments. We've got a feature in Satellitic called dual maps. It defaults to being synchronized, but I am going to unsynchronize it and look at a secondary area that I was interested in on tree growth and height, and I can extract the same type of data, and now I've got data sets from both different sets of assets which I can feed and push out into other software environments along with any of the imagery or the analytics. Another tool that allows you to extract as much information as possible by using Satellitic data for multiple disciplines within inside of your organization. Thanks very much for watching. For further information, don't forget to visit satellitic.com.